So the purpose of this video is to walk you through setting up your first SQL Server database and web app using the free Imagine subscription account that you can get if you're a student in information systems or computer science class. So what I'm going to do first is find wherever your university's Microsoft Imagine website is. Here's ours. You're going to come here and click on and check out this Microsoft Azure for Students. Add that to cart, check out. Oh yeah, I better sign in. Now check out. Add to cart. Mine's already been added. It's going to tell me you can't buy it again. But when you do it, you're going to get, let me show you what it'll look like here. View details. Here we go. You're going to get this verification code right here. Copy that. We're going to use it later on. So next, you're going to go to Azure for Students, and probably this first website right here. There we go. And we want to create an account or sign in. I'm already signed in with the same email account that I used to set up, or that I used for my Imagine to purchase that Azure subscription. Once you do that, you're going to come back here and register, or you might have, and I don't know the difference, sometimes students get this purple box over here that says Activate Now. But you're going to click on that, or this Register Now. I've already registered, and so it's going to tell me I don't have to again. But eventually it'll take you to a page here where you'll have to enter that verification code. And then once you do that, it's going to give you, okay, it says you've already got it, I don't need it, but for you, if you're a first timer, yeah, it'll give you another screen where you can enter the code. You enter it, it says you're all good to go. Now go log in at portal.azure.com. So that's where I'm at right now. I've set up my account. I'm at portal.azure.com. I know it's worked. I know it's worked if I can go click on, let's see here, more services, subscriptions, and I see my Microsoft Imagine subscription right here. I can now use this as my payment account to set up databases and web apps on Azure. So assuming you've got all that done, let's start by creating a resource group. And I'll already have this one, but what you're going to do is click here on Add and give it a name. I called mine the name of the class IS415. Now we have this Azure subscription we can use. Take your pick, any group location. Create it, put it into the dashboard if you want to. Come back here to the dashboard. Whoops. Yeah, all resources. No, dashboard. That's what I want. Oh, and I didn't pin mine to the dashboard. No big deal. So next, before we can create a database, we need to create a SQL server that we can create the database on. So click here on More Services, and we're going to type in SQL Server, Azure Database. No, right here, SQL Server. So click on this guy. Let's make one. Add. So this is going to give it the URL. I don't think I want to call mine 415. I'm going to call mine, well, yeah, why not? I've already started 415. Okay. And it's going to tell me, oh, let's see, lowercase letters, numbers. Oh, fine. We don't have to. This is 415. There we go. So give it a username. I have a bunch that I've used in the past, so I got to make sure that we log in with the user account that we've created. I think though, yeah, this can be a new one. It doesn't have to be one of my existing ones. But I have several that I've used in the past. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. All right, let's give it a password. Okay, subscription, use existing resource group, the one we just created. IS415. Resource group is just a nice shell to keep everything together in, so it's easy to keep track of apps and databases and stuff like that. Azure services, yeah, that's fine. We'll use that later on. Pin to dashboard, why not? Create. Okay. Building, beautiful. SQL Server deploying. So we might have to wait for that to finish. Let's see if we can. Okay, cool. It's all done now. Let's click on this. We can also get to it back over here if we go to dashboard, all resources or something like that. But so this is a SQL server. It doesn't have a database instance in it yet. So we need to make one. Here's our server login we just created. It's got subscription. There's a lot of other good, everything you need here, basically. Here's your quota of what you're able to use. This is Microsoft's special measure for resource utilization for SQL servers. You can explore all these. I won't go into it right now. These are the databases associated with it, which we don't currently have yet. So let's go up here and create new database. So let's call this Adventure Works. Not a blank database, although we could make one. We're going to implement the sample AdventureWorks database using this server. We're on the free tier. It's going to be pretty slow. Just be prepared for it. That's fine, though. It lets you know here you can up it, though. You're using a DreamSpark subscription, which means you're provided with a free tier offering to experience, so it's not even going to let us try one of these. Well, maybe it would. With this tier, you'll have 5 DTUs. If you increase database performance, move on our paid offerings, click here to upgrade your subscription. Okay, so I don't think we can actually implement one of these if we tried. If I click apply, it says, sorry, you're on the free tier. All right, no big deal. Let me hit OK, and it's now going to implement this. I'll pause it while that's going. Okay, so it looks like that has succeeded. It's created, so let's close this out. I might have to refresh this here so it recognizes the new database. Let's click on SQL databases again. Oh, here it is. Perfect. AdventureWorks. All right, so here's my server name. I'm going to need that to log in a moment. If I go to properties, nice. I even get, so here's my admin login. Won't tell me what my password is. It assumes I'm going to remember that. Show database connection strings. This is a very useful one. Use this in our code later on when we're writing from C# or here's some other options. Anyway, what I want to do next is to come here and download SQL Server Management Studio. So I'm on a Mac, which means I'm running this virtually. There are some options if you're on a Mac and you don't want to run a virtual machine to run SQL Server. SQL Client Mac. Is this the one? No, right here. Only problem is it's $80. You can download a trial if you want to. I'm not going to use this one. I'd say if you can run VMware Fusion for free, go ahead and run native SQL Server Management Studio. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up real quick, and let's connect to that. All right. Here's my parallels running that we did last time when we tested out our API. Let me make this fit. Okay, I'm going to get SQL Server running. Minimize this. Minimize that. Get rid of this. Okay, so here's what we need to authenticate with. First of all, we need the server name when you get this up and running. So let's go back here to Azure and let's grab our server name, which is right here. Copy, paste. Come on, try that again. Paste, there we go. SQL Server authentication, yes. Our name is back here. MK415, copy, paste. And here's that that password we created previously. Remember, connect. Okay, so it's going to say this. Your client IP address does not have access. A couple things we can do. First of all, we need to sign into our Azure account right here. All right. Oh yeah, forget it. It has to do that first. Did I do the wrong one? Let me just try going straight to adding this in. So it recognizes my IP address right now, right here, 128.187.112.23. If we head back over to Azure, I think it may already have that one in there. Oh, here we go. So it tells me right here, here's your current IP address. Here's what I want to do. Let's call this one my office. And let's say accept anything from 128.187.112.1 to 128.187.112.255. So just because I'm sure I'm on dynamic DHCP here. It could be anything probably within that range. Oh, I just had deleted one a second ago. I'll call this one Office. Perfect. Let's save that. Only one operation on. Okay. Did I do that one wrong? I think we're good. Anyway, back to this. Let's try. No, I don't want to do that. I want to back out, just cancel, and just hit connect again. Still having problems. What am I doing wrong here? I think I'm not signing into the right account. Okay, let's see your new sign-in experience. I do have a subscription though. What's our problem here? Let me pause it and see if I can figure this out. Okay, so not sure how. I think what was happening before is it wasn't saving my. I had done a delete and tried to create a new firewall rule at the same time. I didn't like it. So yours may have worked just fine actually. What I did that was a lot simpler. Let me hit save first. Is if you just hit add client IP, it'll detect that IP address and plug it in here automatically under this. I still like the idea of setting this to 1 and 255 though, just in case when I come back tomorrow. There we go. It's going to have problems again. So I had to, basically just refresh this firewall settings, and then it was showing me what was actually being saved. All right, so head back now to SQL Server. I'm going to pull this box up again. This time now, just close out of that thing that wanted you to log in and just hit connect again with the same information. And we're golden. So expand databases out. AdventureWorks, here it is, tables. So this is just a sample Microsoft database with a bunch of product info in it that we can connect to and use. You can pull up, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's right click and just beware it's really slow. I'm going to edit top 200 rows. And we wait and wait and wait. While I'm waiting, I'll close some of this other stuff out. Here we go. Okay, customer ID, title info. Oh, so this is a business-to-business company. That's right, because customer is a person at a store that they're selling to. Cool. All right. This is all fake data, so there's nothing too exciting here about showing this. All right, products. Let's take a look and see what we've got here and just explore this a little bit. So product, here we go, name, number, cool. Okay, let's see if we've got anything else here that's useful. Sales order, header, and detail. So this is our order info, probably date, payment type, things like that. Ship to address, so some foreign keys here, different address, table. Totals, nice. Sales order detail, let's see what that one looks like. Okay, so this is like our association table or linking table between order and products. So I think we can actually use this table right here, which will be awesome to do our association analysis. Okay, so now that we've got the database, I'm going to close or minimize all this. And what I want to do next is create our web app. So click here on App Services. All right, we're going to add. Okay, so what do we want to make? A web app with SQL integration. They've got WordPress built in. It's like some shopping cart type of app. For my students who are going to implement their final project, you could consider using one of these if you want to. They've even got some mobile app and options and client app. That's kind of cool. I haven't browsed these or really gone into them at all. I've played with some of them, but Not much. I'm just going to use a very simple, in fact, I want to do it from scratch. I don't want to have the SQL integration. So I'm going to create this. IS 415. Can I leave it like that? Not available. Somebody else has it because it's at azurewebsites.net. So what I'm going to do is use my name, 415. There we go, .azurewebsites.net. Use my Imagine subscription. Use this resource group because it's part of this whole thing. Service plan, it's forcing me into the default one, which is totally fine. But just so you can see what it looks like. Oh, it won't even let me go into details. That's fine. I'm just going to hit create. Okay, so while that's creating, I'm going to go back to Visual Studio, and I'm going to close out of the stuff that I was doing here for this class last time. And let's make a new one. Let's close this project out. Actually, not make a new one. We're going to open our Azure website. Let's minimize that for now. Okay, and file, open, website. Okay, I want to open from FTP, so I can open and edit these files directly on the server, which means I'm going to need to come back here to Azure and let this thing finish. So I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, great. Deployment's finished. Let's take a look at it here. One close. Oh, close that out. All right. So here I've got a URL for my website. Nice. This is new since the last time I did this for deploying code to your app. I'm going to open up my link. There we go. Service app has been created. Here's all the default code that comes in it. Great. Let's head back here. Okay. No FTP deployment user set. Let's create that. So I want to create some deployment credentials. So let's give ourselves a username. MJK415. Beautiful. All right. Save. So now I have some login credentials. All right, let's go back to my application settings now. So it went ahead and is using the latest version of .NET. I can set some other code settings here I want for PHP or Python. What I want, though, is properties, actually. Notice you can come and add your own SSL certificate, which is kind of nice. I want right here, FTP deployment user. I'm going to copy this. Head back over to Visual Studio. Paste in that username. I forgot, I first need to paste this in though. Let's head back and grab our, here it is, FTP hostname, copy. Nope, try that copy one more time. Copy. There we go. Password, enter that in. Felt like I might have typed that wrong. Let's see. Okay, then we chill and wait here while this is, let me show you what's happening. There we go. So it opens it, oh, I remember doing this. It opens it from here, which I don't like. I actually want to open this site folder so that this is the website root. Let me do that one more time and say file, open, website. We're going to have fewer problems if we do it that way. And I think I want to do it here from up in the name site. Let's see if that'll work. Save changes. Yeah, I didn't do anything. Great. Yeah, save it right there. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't enter it right. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now that site folder is my, oh, actually, maybe I even want the www root. Yeah, because this is where all, yeah, I think that's the one we want to go to, actually. One last time. Open website. Let's add on to there. that. Yes, save it, that's fine. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and make a web page. I'm just going to add a web form in here, a very simple one. Now you could, if you want to, create a new MVC project on this. So you could go to File, New, Website, and you could use this FTP location rather than here, FTP, and plug in that same URL that we just used, or browse to find it, enter all this information in, and instead create an empty site web forms razor. Where's my MVC option? Do I need this? No. And I am on framework 4.7, I think, on the website. I think I need to update my .NET. Yeah, to 4.7. Yeah, I need to update Visual Studio so it includes 4.7 because I want that to match what I put on here. Right. If I go to properties, or no, not properties, application settings, I can see right here I'm on version 4.7. So I would go ahead and update my Visual Studio so that I can create a 4.7 application. And it looks like I need to update it, so I've got MVC as an option as well here. But anyway, so this is basically though how I would go and edit the website directly through FTP. Okay, this is a long one, but at least now you're all set up on Azure and ready to go.